there's a power in the absence of the delusion that one is what appears in the awareness one actually is. There is a lack of neediness. And in that lack of neediness is the ability to say no. And that can keep one out of situations that, in reflection, were foolish. The decision-making process is not clouded by a quest to fill an inner void with experiences and outside things. Staying within the bounds of the law, a deer hunter can really only kill a big buck during the rut. And it's because that deer is driven by something that compels it to put itself into dangerous situations. A human being with a strong sense of need is like that. There's a need to up the ante. There's a quest for novelty. Even if it's not recognized that it's the novelty of the thing that's desired, each object of desire seems to have its own value proposition. And so it's believed that the particulars of that thing are what make it desirable, but that thing doesn't have to change for it to stop being interesting. It's the novelty of the thing that causes our attention to be brought into the moment. There's something in the moment, something about alignment, about being aligned with the moment. At first, it can be uncomfortable. Initially, because of boredom, it's uncomfortable. There's this default level of jadedness that goes along with identification with phenomena combined with the constant of immersion of attention in the thought loop. There's an instability. But there's a sense of sufficiency and completeness that eventually overtakes. In addition to the boredom, there's discomfort in the energy body. It could be discovered, perceived, prior to the point where the blockages have been resolved. And so the beginning of the perception of the energy body can constitute a crisis of sorts. Because reality is being experienced differently And it's in a way that was not believed to be possible prior to. And so there's a whole new set of consequences to delusion, to remaining delusion, that what appears in awareness is what one is. So long as that experience persists subsequent to the appearance of the energy body, there will be consequences, energetic consequences to reactions to thought and circumstance. There may be a sense that energy is overloading the circuits, and there'll be a temptation to seek professional help. But so long as the connection to reality is solid, as long as there's it's not a medical issue, then an allowing of the phenomena just to be felt without reaction to it can help resolve it. And there may need to be certain breathing activities, exercise, fresh air, walking barefoot on grass, hot bath with Epsom salt. The energy is ultimately balanced in the spiritual heart, in the midst of your being. That seems to be the meridian that can handle the energy. And it also seems the place where there's a transmutation. Neem Karoli Baba said, "Cleanse the mirror of your heart and you will see God." A heart from which there's no identification with an I thought that links to the particulars of an identity, when that thing can no longer push buttons, the heart is still, and it's like a non-visible, or a palpable rather, reflection of the truth in the spiritual heart. Like the moment is the truth, not ideas about it. And when the heart is still, it's like there's a palpable reflection that's felt as love. And it's kind of an expansive, spacious kind of love. And it's like a placeholder for that inner void, which was formerly believed fillable with outside things and experiences. Is basically, it fills that stomach that once just expanded and thus needed more on consumption of experience. That void is filled. And so the impetus to do regrettable things begins to dissipate significantly.